Hello, audience! Today I have another interview for you, and with someone who might have the most published books of anyone I've ever talked to under their belt. Welcome to the channel, Mickey.
Who forgot to bring me my goddamn Wait, we're on? Oh, hi, Daniel! I'm so excited to be here today to talk to you and the Goblin Clan about fantasy and how it played a key role in Disney's development and even science fiction. That's right, we have been in both genres for nearly a century.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Wouldn't you say Disney has had a tremendous role in the formation of the current state of the fantasy genre, especially for younger audiences?
Absolutely. We've had princesses, wizards, knights, dragons, all kinds of magical, whimsical stories. Wow, I love it.
I mean, many of the stories you originally adapted were based in folklore, correct?
Yes, many of these folk tales actually didn't have one cohesive narrative. They were told orally in different regions differently. We like to take the most popular, well-known one, make it a bit more digestible for families, and then make it into one fun, family-friendly movie. Yay! Can someone, goddammit, bring me my coffee?
Now, all of these tales were in the public domain, correct? Meaning you could freely take them without any cost and transform them into the repackaged, modern, family-friendly movies that you so benefited from.
Yes, they were in the public domain, and that's how we were able to use them. It was great. Yay! Public domain.
But in recent decades, Disney has spent a tremendous amount of time making sure that new properties don't enter the public domain, often extending the laws that actually prevent things from entering public domain and aggressively attacking people who, as Disney sees it, infringe on their own materials.
What's going on here, Daniel? What are we talking about? I just want to have a good little interview here about fantasy and science fiction.
So no matter how much time passes, you never plan on letting Mickey, or presumably any of the superheroes you now own, or the Star Wars characters enter the public domain so that you can continue to profit off them and not let a future creative mind use these same iconic characters in the way that you used these folktale heroes and, villains that actually were fundamental to your establishment.
I want my family and friends to stay right here.
But Mickey, isn't that limiting and unfair in the modern day of the internet where we have a more free and open creative space? You're acting as this barrier, this gateway to prevent many of the most iconic American characters of all time from entering a public sphere. It's like you benefited from Europe's transition to the public domain, but are preventing America from having something similar.
I don't think so. I want to stay in my castle.
I'm not going to debate with a personified version of Disney and Mickey about whether or not he should be removed from his home and enter the public space, though I do think you seem old enough to no longer need to stay in your parents' house.
Did you just call me old? I swear to God, okay, never mind. We're having a good time here. Look, I'm Happy Mickey. Yay! Why do I not have coffee in my hand?
Okay, well, let's just talk about some of those recent acquisitions you had. Disney now owns Marvel and Star Wars, so some of the most iconic characters of the last few centuries are under your banner.
Great, okay, we're back on track. Yes, I love Star Wars and Marvel. Superheroes are so much fun. And Star Wars, lightsabers, yay, family-friendly fun, yeah.
And related to the channel here, that means you guys are now putting out tons of fantasy and sci-fi books. Not only have you inherited this massive catalog, but you're continuing to publish new material.
Absolutely, we want kids of all ages to be reading our books. We want to be a part of your life from birth to death, always consuming entertainment from the mouse.
But there have been some controversies around your publications. It hasn't been what I would call a 100% clean and smooth process.
What are you talking about there, Daniel?
Well, recently a hashtag emerged called Disney Must Pay, where the likes of Alan Dean Foster had stopped receiving payment for many of their published materials, like the original novelization of Star Wars, after Disney bought the franchise. So there was this big movement to actually get you to pay the creatives who pen the stories you profit from.
Oh yes, that was certainly unfortunate. We paid Alan Dean Foster and it was all resolved. Don't worry about it, Buy Star Wars and Marvel books, please,
But Mickey, Alan Dean Foster being paid is great, but Sifwa has come out and said that you've still not paid many of the lower profile authors, and many people from even Marvel and Star Wars have come forward and said you've used their storylines without crediting them or paying them at all, and it just kind of seems insensitive and downright exploitative. It seems like you're trying to just pay off the people who will get headlines so you can continue to not pay the low profile authors and keep more money for yourself, as you have said, in your castle.
What do you trying to do here, buddy? Huh?
So with Disney perpetuating a cycle of not paying the creatives who actually come up with the stories that they benefit from and also preventing a lot of their characters from entering the public domain, doesn't it seem fair to say that Disney is inhibiting the wider creative process for these genres as a whole and is single-handedly responsible for a lot of holdups for future creative stories that could benefit us all as fans and consumers so that you can continue to line your pockets?
You know, Daniel, you're walking down a path you might not want to go here. Haha. You might want to talk about something else, something a little more happy, family friendly. Haha.
Get what?
You know, Mickey, from this interview and at least the headlines I've seen and read recently, you come across as not only a hoarder of the public imagination who has done so effectively that you're almost unavoidable in the pop culture conversation. If you want to stay up to date on pop culture, you must consume Disney media, but at the same time, you are an exploiter of the creative minds you're dependent on, and you are so large they have no choice but to almost just take it. And it comes across extremely seedy and just a ramification of the day and age of entertainment we live in. And this company that has its roots in folklore has now grown to this behemoth giant factory to use our own emotions and nostalgia to perpetuate a cycle that just continues to funnel money into your castle.
Mr. Goblin, you sure do talk a lot of shit for someone who can't even recognize his own green screen. Uh-huh.
What?
I'm in the closet, motherfucker. Hi, Daniel.
And this video is brought to you by Yeasel. Yeasel reached out to me and said, hey, could one of our bikes be sponsored in your videos? And I said, if you send me one and I like it. So they sent me one and I like it. I had some issues with the build quality and getting the heart rate monitor to sync. But aside from that, this is a pretty awesome, affordable bike with a lot of the features of the higher end stuff. And most of the problems I have could be fixed with software in the app. So its quality is solid. And the workout I got from the class in the app kicked my ass, as you can see in the footage I'm putting over now. And if you'd like a more leisurely workout, you can also read while using it, which is probably what I'm gonna do 99% of the time. I'm not huge into the class things, but I love having a bike to just sit on and read. Multitasking is the way to get going. So if you're interested in having a more affordable but still feature-rich biking experience, you can go ahead and check out the link in the description and use the code there as well for an additional discount.